Well, good evening to all pro wrestling fans from all around the world of all shapes and sizes. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, for this video, gonna do two things. Gonna start off by going over the bracket for the Tokyo Princess Cup 11. The bracket has been set, so want to go over the matchups and go over the dates again for this tournament. And then I'm going to review DDT's Wrestle Peter Pan 2024 that took place over this past weekend. I finally got around to finishing it up, so wanted to give my review on that. So those are the two objectives for this video. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Going to start off with the Tokyo Princess Cup 11 bracket. Now, Summer Sun Princess just finished over last weekend, and they've done the lottery, and all of the matchups, the brackets are set. So let's take a look to see how this tournament is looking. Let's get started. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here are your matchups. So starting off, we got pretty much the first round matchups, which will be, some will be happening on July 28th. There's a few that will also happen on August 3rd, as well as the remaining second round matchups on August 3rd. So just the FYI there. But yeah, let's start from the top left and let's go over the matchups. Okay. So starting from the top left, we got Shino Suzuki, one of the members of the Up Girls, and she will be taking on one half of the Princess Tag Team Champions, Suzume. Ooh, that's going to be a really tough matchup for Shino Suzuki. I don't really like her chances, so I really believe that Suzume will advance in that first matchup. I think it's pretty one-sided if you ask me. So I think Suzume wins that first matchup. Okay, going down, you have the current International Princess Champion, Yuki Arai, and she will be taking on Kaya Toribami. I think Kaya Toribami will put up a decent fight, but I do not see her upsetting Yuki Arai, so I'm going to say Yuki Arai will advance in this matchup. And then, awaiting the winner between Yuki Arai and Kaya Toribami on August 3rd will be Wakana Uehara, the winner of the rookie tournament. So yeah, I'm predicting that that August 3rd matchup will be Wakana Uehara versus Yuki Arai. So that should be a really good test for Wakana. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, sorry about that. Keeping it going, we got a first round matchup between the Popping Sugar Rabbit Mizuki and Mocha Miyamoto. I was really hoping for a better spot for Mocha Miyamoto to kind of give herself a better fighting chance. It's going to be really tough for her to defeat Mizuki. I mean, you got to remember, Mizuki's a former Princess of Princess champion. So that's going to be a tough match for her. I'll be rooting for her, but I got a feeling that Mizuki will advance. So, hate to say it, but it's probably going to be a first round exit for Mocha Miyamoto. All right, next up, we got quite a challenge here, as the other half of the Princess Tag Team Champions, Aris Endo, one half of Daisy Monkey, will be taking on the current Princess of Princess champion, Miyu Watanabe. I think this will be a good test for Arisa Endo to really see if she can really take it up a notch against another champion. But I honestly do not see Arisa Endo pulling off the upset. It would be cool if she did, but I don't see it happening. I think Miyu Watanabe advances. And then the winner of this matchup will go on August 3rd and face Zara Sakura. Of course, making her Tokyo Princess Cup debut. So I'm thinking it's going to be Miyu Watanabe versus Zara Sakura, which should be a good matchup. Alright, going to the other side of the bracket, starting from the top right. This should be an interesting matchup. We got Pam Harajuku taking on last year's finalist, Yuki Kamifuku, the casual beauty. To be honest, I think we're going to see more of that momentum from last year's Tokyo Princess Cup 10 transfer into this year's. So I do see Kamiyu picking up the victory over Pam Harajuku. And honestly, I think she has a good chance of making it to at least the semifinals. But we shall see. We shall see how it goes. Alrighty. Next up, we got a first round matchup between Runa Okubo and the Burning Venus Yuki Aino. Will be a really tough test for Runa Okubo, but I do not see her getting the victory. I gotta go with Yuki Aino to pick up the victory and advance. And the winner of this matchup will take on the big kaiju Shoko Nakajima on August 3rd, which I think will be Yuki Aino. I think that matchup could go either way. I think it could go either way. Alright. And then we have an August 3rd first round matchup. We got the White Dragon Rika Tatsumi. She'll be taking on Toga. I think Toga will put up a really good fight, but I don't see her upsetting Rika Tatsumi, so I got to go with the White Dragon to pick up the victory. And then finally, the last first round matchup we have here at the bottom right, we got rookie Haru Kazushiro taking on Ryo Mizunami. Yeah, I think this is a pretty simple one. I'm picking Ryo Mizunami to advance to the next round. But yeah, those are your first round matchups for this tournament. So pretty much first and second round will be July 28th and August 3rd. And then you're looking at all four quarterfinal matchups will take place on August 10th. The semifinals will take place on August 23rd, and I believe that's when they shuffle the bracket a little bit for the semifinal matchup. And then the finals will take place on August 25th. Now, who do I think will make the semis? Who do I think will make the semis? To be honest, from this top left section of the bracket, I know it may seem like Yuki Arai may be the favorite, but to be honest with you, I am going to take a gamble and say Suzume will be a semifinalist. I think she will make it to the semifinals on the 23rd. Because honestly, her path really isn't that difficult. If she can some way, somehow get past Yuki Arai, I think she has a great chance at making the semis. And to be honest, Wakana Uehara might pull off an upset. I mean, she won the rookie tournament. You know, Wakana's being showcased more and more. I mean, maybe we'll see a little bit of a splash from Wakana Uehara. We shall see. But I'm going to take a gamble and say Yuki Arai does not make the semifinals. I don't think she'll make the semifinals. I mean, like I said, with these type of tournaments, you never know. Because it's like I said before, I don't think anybody predicted Kamiyu to be in the finals last year. So, anything can happen. But I'm going to say, I believe Suzume will be a semifinalist. Now, looking at the lower left section, to be honest, Miyu Watanabe is probably going to be a semifinalist, at least. Because I really do not see the Princess of Princess champion getting eliminated before the semifinals. I don't see it. I really don't see it. So I think Miyu Watanabe will be a semifinalist. On the right side of the bracket, to be honest, and this sounds crazy, I think Yuki Kamifuku will make the semifinals. I think it's going to be tough. She'll probably have Shoko Nakajima in her way. But I'm going to take a gamble and say Yuki Kamifuku makes the semifinals. I don't think she'll go anywhere past the semis, but I think she'll be a semifinalist. And then the bottom right, I know a lot of people are thinking that Ryo Mizunami may be a semifinalist or may even make it to the finals, which, I mean, we have to also keep in mind that over the history of the Tokyo Princess Cup, there has never been a 9-signed TJPW talent that's won this tournament. So that's why a big part of me, I really can't see Ryo Mizunami winning this tournament. Making the finals, the main person that kind of stands in her way ultimately is the White Dragon Rika Tatsumi. So, I don't know. I don't see it happening, but it could. She could make it to at least the semis. But I'm really gonna be rooting for the White Dragon Rika Tatsumi to make the semis on the bottom right of the bracket. So ultimately, I'm thinking Suzume, Miyu Watanabe, Kamiyu, and Rika Tatsumi as your semifinalists for this tournament. But ultimately, who wins this tournament? Personally, I would love for Suzume to win this tournament. I really would. I think it would be pretty big, being that she won the tag tournament with Aris Endo. I think it would be really cool to see her have like the ultimate run and win this year's Tokyo Princess Cup 11. Now, I'm not saying that she's going to win the title shot against Miyu Watanabe, but I could honestly see Suzume win this tournament. But the really interesting thing is, I mean, you got to look at who's not in this tournament. I mean, there's a lot of big names that are not in this year's tournament. I mean, we got no Miyu Yamashita. We got no Maki Ito. No Nao Kakuta, because she's going to be retiring. No Hikari Noah. No Yuka Sakazaki. I mean, those are 5 big names not in this tournament. You know, no Raku, no Mahiro Kiryu. So I find that pretty interesting. So, I mean, that's 7 TJPW names. Well, Yuka Sakazaki's no longer with TJPW, but yeah, just names that normally you would see in this tournament over the years, but they're not in this tournament this year. And we got to remember, Miyu Yamashita won the Tokyo Princess Cup 10, which was last year. She defeated Kamiyu in the finals. So, to be honest with y'all, this tournament is pretty open for grabs this year. It really is. Not to mention, I mean, we're going to get a chance to see if there's any sort of rookie that will stand out the most in this tournament. Because when you think about it, you got Shino Suzuki in here. You got Wakana Uehara. You got Runa Okubo. You got Toga. You got Haru Kazushiro. I am kind of shocked that Himawari's not in this tournament. That's another thing I noticed. Himawari's not in this tournament. Huh. So there's a good chunk of talent not in this year's tournament. So I think it's definitely wide open. And then you got the special guests, Ryo Mizunami and Zara Zakur, which, you know, some interesting special guests, but both have competed in a TJPW ring before, so not too surprised there. But yeah, I think this year will be a very interesting tournament. I think it'll be a very interesting tournament. But yeah, those are your matchups. And like I say, out of all of the first round matchups, I think the matchup that could really go either way I think that I think if anybody has a good shot at an upset in this first round, I think it's Moka Miyamoto over Mizuki. I think that's probably the only matchup I see here that could be an upset. And then when you think about it, Palm Harajuku over Yuki Kamifuku would be an upset as well. So, there's that. But, out of all the rookies, I think the only one that I feel like has a shot to pull off an upset is maybe Toga over Rika Tatsumi. I don't see it happening, but I think she probably, on paper, has the best chance to pull off an upset in this first round. You know, Wakana, she's technically, you know, got to buy into the second round. But we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. It's a very interesting bracket, but yeah, July 28th, first round starts. So look forward to it. And as usual, the winner usually gets a trophy, and they usually get a shot at the Princess of Princess Championship at Wrestle Princess, which Wrestle Princess 5 this year will be, let me look at the schedule right quick. Wrestle Princess 5 will be on September 22nd at the Makuhari Messe in Tokyo, Japan. So, should be good. Should be really good. Anyway, before we switch gears to DDT Wrestle Peter Pan 2024, here's a quick word on the sponsor for this video, Game Beauty. Check them out. As you continue to enjoy content here at Blitzball Champ Gaming, be sure you take a moment to check out Game Beauty. Beauty inspired by gaming. Game Beauty brings to you video game related makeup and cosmetic products. You have products such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, liquid eyeliner pens by Akideris, and even non-makeup products like graphic tees. They even have special collaboration makeup kits, such as this Persona 5 Heat Wave Brush Single, Metaverse Bundle, and even a Phantom Thieves limited edition makeup collection. Also remember that Game Beauty provides international shipping of $60 or more. And if you use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Enjoy, and thank you. Alrighty. Switching gears to the biggest show of the year for DDT Pro Wrestling, Dramatic Dream Team Pro Wrestling, with Wrestle Peter Pan 2024. This year's Wrestle Peter Pan took place at the Ryogoku Sumo Hall in Tokyo, Japan, and it was quite a wacky event, a very, very wacky event. But this took place on July 21st. But yeah, we had a good barrage of matches, and some of them were quite weird. But then again, that's DDT for you. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this review. First match. Alright, starting off, we had a 6-man tag match. We had the team of Keigo, Nakamura, Yuki Ishida, and Kazuma Sumi. And they took on the trio of Yuni, Yuya, Koroku, and Ilusion. For the most part, pretty solid opening match. Very action-packed. Felt like all 6 men were showcased pretty well. With the way the match was going, it really went back and forth. Really could have gone either way. And, had a good dose of high flying. Like Yuni, I definitely like Yuni for his high flying ability. And just, this was a pretty solid opening match. Don't really have any complaints, to be honest with you. But Keigo Nakamura picked up the victory for his team, hitting Yuni with a diving headbutt off the top turnbuckle, or actually kind of walked the ropes a little bit and then did kind of like a springboard diving headbutt. Pretty cool. Hit Yuni with that, pinned him for the 1-2-3, and Keigo Nakamura, Yuki Ishida, Kazuma Sumi pick up the victory in the opening contest. But pretty solid opening match. Had no complaints. Alright, staying with the trios action is this next match. Okay, next up we had the team of Toru, Owashi, Hisamaru Tajima, and Shinichiro Kawamatsu, taking on the trio of Makoto Oishi, Soma Takao, and Ippanjin-Munenori Sawa. Pretty decent trios match. I can't really say that I was as much into it as I was the first match, but it was still pretty decent. I mean, it wasn't a very long match, but then again, the first one wasn't a very long match either. But it was okay for what it was. I mean, I can't really say that there was anything that stood out to me throughout this match. So, I watched it. It was decent. That's really all that I have for that. Shinichiro Watanabe, Cowboy Bebop. Wrong name. Shinichiro Kawamatsu ended up picking up the victory for his team after he hit Makoto Oishi with a lariat, dropped him, pinned him for the 1-2-3. And I feel like almost every match I've seen Shinichiro Kawamatsu in, he's been the one to get the pin, to get the victory for his team. I just find that really interesting. Pretty consistent, if you ask me. But anyway, moving on to the next match, and this was where it got pretty wacky. This is where it really got wacky. We had a special singles match between Super Sasadango Machine and Kazuki Hirata. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, most of the time throughout this match, I didn't know what the heck was going on. I mean, they were doing all sorts of stuff from a I Declare War thumb war to just like they were doing a dance battle. Super Sasadango Machine got unmasked and just this was a pretty weird match, a very weird match. But I mean, it was pretty entertaining for what it was. It just like a lot was going on, and I didn't know what the heck was going on with this match, but it was still pretty entertaining for the most part. The finish was pretty bland for the most part, but it was an entertaining match, so I'll deal. But Kazuki Hirata got the schoolboy pin on Super Sasadango Machine for the 1-2-3. Kazuki Hirata with the victory. But I think it was more so meant to be a comedy match than anything else. Alright, let's move on to our next match. Back to trios action. Okay, this time we had special trios match. We had the team of Minoru Suzuki, Shuji Ishikawa, and Hikaru Sato. And they took on the trio of Jun Akiyama, Yuki Onaya, and Tomomitsu Matsunaga. Pretty good match overall. Decent number of big names in this match, especially with Minoru Suzuki, Shuji Ishikawa, Jun Akiyama, Yuki Onaya. Definitely very action-packed match. Yuki Onaya, I feel like every time I see him wrestle, he's just like very dominant for the most part. And it was good to see Jun Akiyama. I feel like I haven't seen a match with him in it in a while, so that was really cool to see. But for the most part, it was a very entertaining, action-packed match that could have gone either way. I can't say that I really had a strong favorite in this match, but it was good for what it was. Yuki Onaya picked up the victory for his team, hitting Hikaru Sato with kind of a modified backdrop and pinning him for the 1-2-3. So Jun Akiyama, Yuki Onaya, Tomomitsu Matsunaga are your winners in this special 6-man tag trios match. All right. Next up, oh man, yeah, this next match was pretty wild. So we had a special Weapon Rumble match between Sanshiro Takagi and Danshoku Dino. And this wasn't just any type of Weapon Rumble. There were all sorts of stuff and appearances that took place in this match. And I believe this was Sanshiro Takagi's retirement match, I believe, or something like that. But, oh, this match was so weird. But it got to the point where many weapons were used in this match. I mean, you had Yoshihiko in this match. You even had some of the ladies from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling make an appearance, like Maki Ito and Miyu Yamashita and Yuki Kamifuku. You know, they made an appearance, and I mean, it was weird. You even had Kota Ibushi make an appearance and get in some action in this match. Yeah, Kota Ibushi, which I have to say, Kota Ibushi, he looked good. He looked like he's 100% healthy. He looked good. And has even asked if he could rejoin DDT. You know, Kota Ibushi has always had a special place with DDT. I mean, he's competed there for so many years. And, yeah. So it looks like we can expect to see more Kota Ibushi in DDT going forward. But, yeah, this was quite a wacky yet ridiculous match. But, I mean, there were some pretty nice surprises. I mean, Saki Akai even made an appearance and had like a bouquet of flowers or whatnot to present to Sanshiro Takagi. So that just happened in the middle of this match. Just Saki Akai, who's also retired. But it was good to see her make an appearance. You know, DDT has been a big part of her career. But yeah, all sorts of craziness happened in this match. It definitely wasn't a normal match. But ultimately, when it came down to it, Danshoku Dino picked up the victory, hit the Danshoku driver on Sanshiro Takagi for the victory. But, you know, this match had some pretty interesting surprises. So, it is what it is. But not bad. Not bad. Okay, let's get into some championship matches. Here we have our first title defended of the card. Alrighty. We had a fatal 4-way survival elimination match. This was for the KOD 6-man Tag Team Championships. Your teams. You had the champions made up of Hiroshima, Yasu Urano, and Akito, taking on the challenging teams of Damnation TA's Daisuke Sasaki, Kenan, and MJ Paul. You had the team of Aja Kong, Shunma Katsumata, and Toi. And the team of Masahiro Takanashi, Antonio Honda, and Takeshi Masada. So you really had quite some interesting combinations for teams for this championship match. And it was a very chaotic match. A lot of non-stop action, but hey, that's to be expected in this type of match. So, definitely didn't disappoint. Did not disappoint at all. I think there was always something going on to keep the action upbeat and fast-paced from start to finish. The order of eliminations. First off, Akito ended up pinning Shunma Katsumata. A very interesting cross-legged cover pin, which great leverage there. So I thought that was a very unique pin. But yeah, Akito pinned Shunma Katsumata. And then Kenan of Damnation TA ended up pinning Akito after him and Daisuke Sasaki did an elbow drop dominator combo to take him out, pinned him for the 1-2-3. Then Daisuke Sasaki was able to submit Takeshi Masada with a crossface. Was able to submit him with the crossface. And therefore, Damnation TA were the last team standing and are your new KOD 6-man tag team champions. So that's Daisuke Sasaki, Kenan, and MJ Paul are your new champs. And then apparently Ryuichi Kawakami, who apparently was from Great, appears and joins Damnation TA. So that was kind of random. Didn't really see that coming. But yeah, word that was said during the sequence was that Ryuichi Kawakami got fired from Great, and now he's in DDT and he ends up joining Damnation TA. So yeah, interesting ending there. But hey, it is what it is. All right, let's go on to our next matchup, which was a really good one. Check it out. All right, we had a special singles match where we had Konosuke Takeshita take on the legendary Masato Tanaka. Definitely hard-hitting match between both competitors. A lot of strong style, a lot of strikes, very back and forth. Masato Tanaka didn't miss a beat at all in this match, and especially going up against somebody like Takeshita, who's young and just continuing to put on awesome matches. And this one was no different. But a great showcase between both of these guys. I've met both of these guys, actually. So it was actually really, really cool. But Takeshita would get the final knockout blow. It took one last devastating elbow strike to Masato Tanaka to lay him out. Then he got the cover for the 1-2-3. Konosuke Takeshita, your winner. And great sign of sportsmanship from him to Masato Tanaka before and after the match. So that was really cool to see. But Takeshita, your winner. Solid match. Really solid match. All right. Let's go into the next match, which was definitely in my top 3 favorite matches of the card. Alrighty, we had the KOD Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champions, Tetsuya Endo and Yuki Ino, representing Burning, defended against the team of Go Shiozaki and Atsushi Kotoge. This was a solid tag title match that really went the distance. I mean, it was phenomenal. It went over 20 minutes long, back and forth, hard hitting. I mean, especially the sequences between Tetsuya Endo and Atsushi Kotoge. I mean, they were just going back and forth. Even Kotoge got busted open, and just, man, it was crazy. And then the back and forth chops, machine gun chops between Go Shiozaki and Yuki Ino. I mean, that was just fierce. I mean, both these teams really went at it. Hard hitting, could have gone either way. Very enjoyable match from start to finish. But it would be Tetsuya Endo to put the final nail in the coffin to seal the deal as he hit the Burning Star press on Atsushi Kotoke, pinned him for the 1-2-3. Tetsuya Endo, Yuki Ino, still your KOD tag team champions. So Burning with the victory in the end, but this was a phenomenal title match. Easily in my top 3 on the card. Alrighty. Let's go on to our next match. Also in my top 3. We had a special Dramatic Dream match, which I definitely believe is a match of the year candidate. We had El Desperado versus Chris Brooks. Now, this was a very brutal match, and they had all sorts of weapons and props. I mean, they had totes, a cheese grater, staple gun, like chairs, barbed wire, boards with forks sticking out of them. Like, this was a pretty wild and brutal match. El Desperado even got his mask cut and ripped off, and it got to the point where even though he was all bloodied up, he just used it as a crimson mask, and he just took the rest of that mask off, just tossed it. It was like, what's up? What's up? So, yeah, him and Chris Brooks really went back and forth and just tore each other apart. I mean, both were busted open, and just, I mean, it was a brutal match. The action was intense, and just, it was amazing. Phenomenal match. And like I said, I even have it as a match of the year candidate. And I don't watch a lot of DDT. And this was a phenomenal match. Really went down to the wire. Could have gone either way. But El Desperado was able to seal the deal and picked up a massive victory over Chris Brooks. Which, don't forget, Chris Brooks is a former KOD Openweight champion, and he won last year's King of DDT tournament. But El Desperado hit a combination Praying Mantis bomb and then a Pinche Loco to put away Chris Brooks. But yeah, El Desperado with the victory. Great sign of sportsmanship after the match from both competitors. Unfortunately for El Desperado, the word is that he is going to be taking a leave of absence to get surgery for I believe it was a meniscus tear. So he's going to be out for a while to focus on that. Hopefully the surgery goes well. Speedy recovery for El Desperado. And I know there's a lot of disappointment. I mean, he won the Best of Super Juniors tournament, won the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, and really did not have a great run this time with it. You know, ended up losing it to Doki. So, you know, but at least he won the tournament. You know, he hosted the Despy Invitational. So at least he's been doing some things. He's definitely been doing some things. But, you know, he made the right move, going ahead, take time off, get the surgery so he can come back as soon as he's fully recovered. So, do what you got to do, El Desperado. I wish and pray for a speedy recovery for you. And then the main event of DDT Wrestle Peter Pan 2024 came down to the KOD Openweight Championship as the champion Yuki Ueno defended against this year's King of DDT winner and current DDT Universal Champion, Mao. Excellent main event. Almost went 30 minutes. I think it went about 29 minutes and some change, but excellent main event. Really could have gone either way, and there were sequences where it looked like Mao was looking to have the upper hand to put Yuki Ueno away, but phenomenal match. I really don't have any complaints. Really have no complaints. It was really great to see both of these competitors show off their strength as well as their agility. I mean, both definitely have great high-flying ability. I've got to see them both live before when they came to Philadelphia. But phenomenal match. But it would be Yuki Ueno who would defeat Mao. He hit him with the WR, pinned him for the 1-2-3. Yuki Ueno, still your KOD openweight champion. So even though Mao was able to win the King of DDT tournament, wasn't able to finish off the story and win the KOD openweight championship. But awesome main event. Definitely went back and forth. And yeah, another DDT event in the books. This was a great one. This was a really great one. I enjoyed this one. Like I said, I really barely had much to complain about with this show. So, a great show for DDT. And they also recently announced DDT Ultimate Party, which is the last show of the year for DDT, which I believe will be on December 29th. I think I have that right, December 29th. Bear with me one second. I'm going to get the official update. But yeah, I believe it's December 29th. I thought I just had it up. I'm sorry. It's the 28th. Found it. It's the 28th. So DDT Ultimate Party 2024 will be the last show of the year for DDT. It will be, they'll be right back at the Ryogoku Sumo Hall, the Ryogoku Kokujikan. So they'll be right back there at the end of the year. So we'll definitely plan to cover that event. But I might not get a chance to, because if everything goes well how I hope, I'll be in Japan during that time. So we'll see. Keep me in your prayers, which I'll go into detail a little later as time passes, once things start to develop a little more. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty and let me know what y'all's thoughts are. First off, let me know what your thoughts are about the bracket for the TJPW Tokyo Princess Cup 11. What are your first round predictions? And let me know, who do you think has the best chance of winning the tournament? And then let me know what your thoughts were on DDT Wrestle Peter Pan 2024. Did you enjoy the show? Were your predictions correct? Let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube the Tube. My name is Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed day tomorrow, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.